that just the energy that you had to play with that maybe just kind of feed into itself tonight?
I mean, that was pretty much. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Honestly, that was just film this morning. We wanted to switch it. We were switching. We wanted to black up into the ball to change their path from being able to go downhill every time and get players to hands that we wanted them to go to. I think we did a great job of following the game plan.
Yeah, you've been a big TJ supporter, believer, from the beginning. What was it like to see him get out there and have that impact right away in the playoffs?
Super special, just for him individually, and I'm happy for him, for a brother on the side, just to watch him because he works hard, man. I'm all about a worker, so he's a worker, and every night when I'm done working with Seahawks, he go works with him. So it's just I see him work, and I'm like, man, you got to see what he's gonna do. You got to put him out there and see what he's gonna do. And Benchy did a great job of trusting him today, and he showed him why he should play him.
And that perimeter defense has been a hallmark for this team in the past. What did it take for it to come out tonight, and just what goes into that? Because being able to play with that much pressure, really making teams uncomfortable with it.
Just Jaden. It starts with Jaden McDaniels. He didn't make an all-defensive team, which is terrible for people who gets a vote. So he showed him again tonight why he should be on the defensive team. And, we just follow his lead on the defensive end, man. If he comes out, pressure the ball, then we just do everything that he do. And we go as he go on the defensive end.
Do you enjoy the cat and mouse of every game, a new game plan, and what might be different, or does it feel the same? What's it feel like when you get into a series like this and there's adjustments on the fly every game?
The adjustments is really not the biggest thing. It's about just bringing energy with a team like this. OKC play with a ton of energy, no matter what. First through the fourth quarter. So I'm just trying to exceed their energy or match it at least. That was the most important thing today, and I think we did that.
Did you feel you had great energy today?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it all defensive team something you guys internalized as a group? The fact that they had two guys on there and you guys only had Rudy?
No, I don't know who they had on there, but I know Jaden should have made it.
But you knew Jaden wasn't on there.
Yeah.
Going into Game 4, does it feel like a different series now, considering what you guys did tonight?
No, we're still down. It's just one win. Can't get too high on it. Don't get too low. Just got to try to win another one, man. This team, they're the best team in the NBA, so you got to be able to beat this team more than one time, and it's going to be tough.
You seemed like you were in an offensive rhythm in ways that you weren't in the first two games. What felt different for you?
I feel like everything was the same besides the first game. I feel like the second game I was in the rhythm. My tray ball wasn't falling. Just getting back in the gym, watching shots go in and just keep trusting it, man. That's all.
They made a push early in the third quarter. You got a timeout and kind of responded after that. What was the key in that timeout to turn things around there when they started the third quarter, like 11-2?
Just pick it up. We know they ain't going to quit. We seen them do it in Memphis. They came back from down 30 or something like that at halftime. So that was just a message. Just pick our energy up because we was acting like the game was over in the third quarter. We huhad to pick it up and find energy.
Can you say after game 2 that you guys can't wear this team down maybe the way you did over the course of the game or series? That part of maybe a mindset flip on your guys' part with the energy or intensity you have to come out against these guys with?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this team they play with a ton of energy. I think they play like 10 players every night, and every player going to come in and pick up full court, push the pace, box out, rebound, do all the little things. So it's just about matching that. And that's why I think TJ was great. He was a great spark for us because he's going to match every energy that they bring. So, yeah.
And with them trying to take away the paint as much as they have so far, what's that kind of Terrence come in and take some of that responsibility off?
Yeah, he takes a lot of responsibility. I'm not going to say he take responsibility off of me, but just getting to the paint because that's like his will. He's willing to get to the paint no matter what. You can have 3 people in there, he's still going to find a way to get down there. And now it's just about being able to read the game for him. They put 3 people in the paint. I'm telling them, you got kickouts. You got me, Dante, Nikhil out there on the perimeter. Get in there, take your time, pump fake, kick it out. If not, go finish on somebody. So he's not a regular rookie, man. He's 24, 25. He done played some of the biggest games as far as in college leading up to the NBA. So I feel like he's ready.
TJ, just kind of when did you find out that you were going to be in the rotation tonight, and kind of what were the feelings coming into this one knowing that you're going to get that shot?
Micah told me before the game, just be ready to start the second quarter. But it was just a normal feeling because I always work, always stay ready, and just be the best teammate I can be during the meantime. And when my name called, I do what I do.
I know you have an attack mentality, but was that the thinking just when you got in there to just go right at them the way that you did?
Yeah, just be myself. That's my game, attacking downhill, getting in the paint, and making open shots.
TJ, before the series, Ant talked about his relationship with you, about just how much he loves that you work and how much you've been working with C. Hines. What's your relationship with Ant?
It's my dog, man. We talk all the time, give each other feedback. And like you said, we both work. We both work hard, and we love the game. So we gelled right away when I got here.
Nas, were you beating yourself up from the Oklahoma City games? Kind of what was the big difference today?
Nah, I'll never beat myself up. I mean, especially being around Ant. You never really get down on yourself. I mean, games come and go. Great night will come. The next day you might have a bad night. You just got to try to find a way to be consistent. I think, I've been pretty consistent throughout the whole playoffs. And, to myself, I'm just, thinking like, they'll fall. Shots will fall. As long as I'm doing other things to stay on the court, that's all that matters.
And just what's the mentality now? Did you guys say anything in the locker room and going forward?
And it's just the first step to the right direction. We got a lot more basketball to play, a lot more hard work to accomplish. So I think we're all ready to do that. We got the win tonight. I got to try to carry this this mentality and this aggression that we had tonight over to Monday.
Nas, how come you're the guy that gets called for the reach all the time and nobody else does? They've been slapping the fouls on you, man.
I wonder the same question. It happens though. Just gotta try and stay in the game, stay in the zone, stay locked in. Stuff happens. Refs aren't perfect. I'm not perfect, so just trying. Like I said, gotta try and be consistent, both parties.
Nas, you were visibly upset in Oklahoma early on, and you came in and really took care of business today. Was there like a process between Game 2 and Game 3? Was it music? Was it talking to yourself? Was it gathering around teammates? What was the difference between 1, 2, and then Game 3 for you?
Probably just the crowd. Not really anything different routine-wise. Just the crowd, probably. Having the crowd in your back pocket or whatever the case may be. Just having them support you, and then obviously your teammates supporting you. Me and TJ got a little joke that we got going on. It's like in the box or whatever the case may be. So just trying to stay focused, stay locked in, and stay dialed in on every aspect of the game.
TJ, how is it watching Ant from the bench and then coming into the game and then setting the tone like you did as well? Just what are you seeing from him, like as a mentor, obviously, and somebody that you're coming into like, hey, I want to do the same exact stuff. I want to get downhill. Are you reading the game before you go in? Like, what's the strategy from that side of it?
Honestly, just feed off their energy. Or if the energy is low, I just bring it. I got to read the game, obviously, but I feel like the way I play, the defense just got to adjust to me because I'm going so far down, going so fast and fearless downhill that they got to adjust. And if they crowd the paint, I'm going to kick it out. Or if they don't, I'm going to just score the ball.
TJ, you had 9 in that second quarter, 15 altogether. How is this game just a showing of your potential and what you can do for this team now and in the future?
I don't know, man. I just go out there, play my game. Happen to have a good night. Just got to do it again to help do whatever I can to help the team get another win.
TJ, I've got to ask you, playing at the Target Center, you blew it up during the Big Ten tournament. And do you almost feel like you kind of get like the Nas Reid treatment? Because people went nuts over you today.
Nah, don't nobody get the Nas Reid treatment. Nah, nobody get the Nas Reid treatment. He one of a kind, man. But, I got a good ovation from the crowd. But it's nothing like Nas Reid, but I appreciated that.
Nas, you know what it's like to be in TJ's position and trying to work his way in. Just what have you thought about how he's handled everything in his rookie season, and then just to see him blow up tonight when he was needed?
It's crazy, man. You were once in the same situation, like you said, and I think he's handling it well. He's always ready. He's always, he's always up, and he's never like, and his feelings are down, never upset. He's always willing to be in the gym. I think he's excited when he's in the gym. So it's fun to see. Especially, like I said, when you got a younger guy who's in the same position that you were in. So I think, like I said, just watching him stay ready. They put on big performances like he did today in a big moment. It's fun to see, and you kind of get the chills because it's like, dang, like I was really in that same situation, and kind of trying to coach him as much as possible. But I mean, his game speaks for itself. So,
TJ, at Illinois, you were kind of like the guy on offense, where everything essentially flowed through you. What are some of the struggles that you've kind of gone through this year, pivoting into more of an inconsistent role player, but also in terms of minutes, but also being ready when your name is called to come out and have nights like tonight?
I ain't go through no struggles. I knew when I got drafted here, I got drafted to a good team. I knew I was gonna have to work my butt off to get in the rotation, or even to get minutes. So, like I said, I just walk in with a smile on my face every day, cheer these guys on, and be the best teammate I can be. And when my time comes, it comes. But just taking advantage of each day. I feel like that's what you got to do. If you dwell on anything, like you ain't gonna get nowhere in life.
Nas, coming from Asbury Park and then playing at Roselle Catholic yourself, you've been around a lot of basketball, even in college and now the pros. Now playing in the playoffs, I'm curious, what was your earliest recollection being a fan of basketball and watching different series? Who did you enjoy watching?
It was crazy. I ain't watched basketball until I was probably like in college. I was a football player. I wanted to play football. So, but I mean, I think maybe when I first offered at UConn was where I kind of started taking it serious. I mean, I've always played basketball, but I didn't think it was going to be my primary sport. But yeah, I think maybe maybe my senior year when I kind of knew like I had a chance to really do something with the game of basketball, and then I think growing up, I always watched when I could. I always watched DeMarcus Cousins. He's a skilled big. I was kind of heavy set at the time too, so he's kind of remind me of him.
Nas, what's the mindset going into Game 4? Obviously, you got the crowd behind you guys, but what do you have to do to mimic this performance you guys had tonight, defensively and offensively?
Stay consistent. Be consistent. That's the name of the game, consistency. I mean, however you can do it, be consistent. Whether it's getting dirty on the boards, diving on the floor, making shots, pressuring the ball, whatever the case may be, just being consistent. I think that's the biggest thing.
Chris, just what did you see from your group, especially at the start, that set the tone and got you guys rolling the way that you did?
Our defense was good, was on point. Certainly, we're able to kind of get out and play faster than we have been playing through the first two games of the series. Get some turnovers and some emotional momentum plays early on, kind of get us going. So.
What led to the Terrence decision, and just what do you think about the lift that he gave you?
I mean, it was awesome. Came in. I've been wrestling with getting another guy in the rotation. We played Jalen a little bit the other day. I just, a guy who can stretch the floor in transition. He's a downhill player. Got a good body. Physicality. We needed some physicality out there. Just kind of a different type of player than we have in other positions. So. We kind of knew coming into the game that we were going to get to him.
Ant obviously scored a lot in the first, but his defensive tenacity, the way he attacked the glass, just what did you think of the tone he seemed to set for the entire team?
Yeah, I mean that's what we need him to do, and that's when he does it. It takes us to another level. I thought that's what was really, really big in the first quarter. He got a couple of those steals. He was all over the place. He knew that we needed that type of start from our defense, and he brought it. It was really, really good.
Coach, with the way that Terrence played and the fact that he had big minutes for you, can we see him play a bit more going forward? What could his role look like in Game 4?
You're definitely going to see him more. You gotta. First thing is to be good in this league. You gotta keep doing what you've already just done. So we just want to see more of the same, but we know either way, whether the shots go in or he scores or doesn't score, he's going to bring energy and competitiveness. That's what we really love about him. So, yeah.
Coach, talk about Nas Reid getting back strong today.
Yeah, it was good for Nas to see some threes drop for him. I thought he played much more definitively and just confident. And I thought the only thing that kind of got in his way was a little bit of foul trouble. He's starting to get some momentum, but he's been so important to us, and we need him. And I thought he gave us another kind of gear too out there. So.
Chris, they came out of halftime an 11-2 run, and you guys called a timeout and then went 20-4 back. What was the key in that timeout to kind of reground, refocus things?
Just to welcome to Minnesota. What was the question?
In the spirit of refocusing out of that, what was the key of refocusing out of halftime?
Oh, the timeout. Yeah, I mean, that was just it. It was refocus. We've had second half starts like that before when we've played really well in the first half. I just thought we were a little sloppy with our passing, a little loose with our defense. These guys came back from 30 plus against Memphis. Just in this playoffs recently, they're an outstanding team. They're not going to quit. So we started giving up threes, which we didn't want to do at that point in time, and then we had an and one. So it was just like a combination of both. Guys really refocused, came out and not just got back in the game, but grew the lead from beyond what it was at half. So all credit to those guys. So.
Even in the stretches where you played well in the first two games, you didn't kind of reach maybe this level where you just kind of thrashed them. Is there something psychologically for this team at this moment in the series that now you can accomplish this against this team?
First of all, shots went in today, and they hadn't gone in games 1 and 2, and that's just the nature of it sometimes. So, we don't feel psychologically disadvantaged when we step out on the floor. I don't know if that answers your question or not. So we just had to kind of keep finding a better game within ourselves. We hadn't really played our best basketball. All credit to them at times for affecting that. Tonight I think we just were able to put it all together and got to do it again. So.
Coach, it seemed like you guys were really aggressive, especially jumping passing lanes, getting deflections, especially early on. Was that a point of emphasis coming into tonight?
Well, we wanted to be the aggressor in everything. Yeah, absolutely. So, guys knew what type of defense we can play. We don't feel that we've been playing it. We felt most of the series we've been on our heels defensively. I think that was a mindset switch that we realized. So. Guys, got aggressive, and that's what you need to do right now. So.
What did you guys do better and/or differently against Gilgeous-Alexander tonight?
You want me to tell you?
He didn't have as good of a game.
I mean, like I said, we just were more aggressive everywhere. I thought we were a little cleaner around him with. Didn't foul. Just our competitiveness was at all-time high. He is a phenomenal player, man, and he's not going to have too many nights like this. So we feel fortunate for that, and we'll move on to Monday.
When you lose 2 games in the fashion that you lost the first 2 games, the confidence can be kind of shaken. Did you sense any of that, notice any of that? And if so, kind of to what Chris was saying, is that kind of an emotional boost moving forward?
We have. I didn't sense any loss of confidence from our team. I sensed frustration that we hadn't played well, I hadn't shot the ball well. But we were, like I said to you, pregame, we were happy with the shots that we were able to generate, in particularly game 2. And I think we had a 4 or 5 minute periods where. In both games where they do what they do, which is turn you over at a high level and get into you, turn it into quick points at the other end of the floor, and we were able to avoid that tonight, and that's really kind of what it came down to. So.
Chris, Julius didn't play down the stretch in the fourth in game 2, didn't play down the stretch in the fourth in certainly different circumstances tonight. What impressed you about the way he responded between games 2 and 3?
Yeah, Julius was awesome, and he and I chatted this morning, and as I said, hey man, You had one subpar game in the playoffs so far. It just happened to be the other night, and just we're moving on. I mean, the other day it was nothing really about him or his play specifically. We were down. We had to try to change the complexion of the floor, and he got it. I think that's where our team has grown in its maturity. The game one it was Rudy. Game two it was him. We can't play them all, and he was fine with it. Of course, he wanted to play. But he also had played 32 minutes up to that point in time in the game, and of the 36 that were, available to that point. And, that team caught a little run, so I just kind of figured I'd ride it out, see how it went. And he totally understood that. But I was extremely proud of his response today. And he got back to doing exactly what we needed him to do, which is not only, score and play make. He only had 3 assists, but he did a really good job of setting up a lot of things out there. So.
Coach, you think you got their attention tonight with this whipping?
Listen, they're a great team. That I don't think that they have ever disrespected anybody or anything like that. So, it's one game win. It doesn't matter what the margin of victory is. They still have a 2-1 series lead. We got to come out and try to do it all over again on Monday. So.
Did you feel something different with Anthony Edwards? It felt like he was attacking a little bit more. I mean, that up and under in the second was incredible.
Yeah. I thought he started attacking a lot more in game 2. And I thought today was a pretty clean game for him in terms of understanding when to attack, when to get off of it. So, and this has been Ant's pattern. He's learning so fast and he's seeing so much. And, through the series that, whether it been the Lakers series or the Golden State series, he's kind of really grown and felt what teams are trying to do, and kind of rolled along with it. And just another example of you can feel him getting a little bit more comfortable out there with what he's trying to do. So,
Chris, on Ant, you have such a good feel for him from the end of game 2 and the off day heading into this one. Was there much dialogue? Did you just let him, figure out the
end of game 2?
From the end of game 2 to tonight, just what sense did you get from Ant heading into this one?
I mean, positivity. We talked about all the things we've been doing well. I said, just keep staying positive with your teammates, keep believing in them, keep feeding them. They'll knock down shots. He was fine. Ant's really resilient that way. He's always comes in a good mood, and he's always ready to go. And he was one of the most positive voices after game 2. In the locker room. So, the leadership that he has shown this season has come leaps and bounds. It's just another example of it. So.
Was the more aggressive defensive coverages, like in the pick and roll, Rudy playing higher up, do you think that helps Spark sometimes, regaining that hit-first defense?
Yeah, I think so. I think, sometimes you just got to throw your fastball. And we were trying to do too much other junk out there at times. So, thank you.